Hi, and welcome to another yoga session with me, Kate Van Tucci. Today we are going to do a level 2-3 sweat fest. So, if you know you need blocks for poses like standing splits or for kicking through from sitting, then you can grab a couple of blocks and have them at the ready. I'm going to not use them only because I don't have a ton of space here and I'm gonna need all the space I can get. So clear some room around you and pull up your bootstraps, okay? Buckle up, it's gonna be a big one. So I'm gonna have you start by laying on your back. So go ahead and lay down. You can grab a blanket under your head if you want. If your low back is super tight, then you can keep your feet flat on the floor for a few breaths. Let your spine start to relax and settle in. And just soften here. So the other day, maybe not the other day, but a couple of weeks ago, I was not feeling so well, and I binge watched Sabrina, The Chilling Tales of Sabrina, I think it was called, and which I do recommend. And now you're having insight into who I am a little bit. Anyway, so Sabrina is this teenage witch. Yada yada yada, and she falls in love with this other teenage witch, and they have a falling out, and they decide to break up. And Sabrina finds herself super brokenhearted, and in her heartbreak, she confided in another a fellow witch, and this fellow witch said, "Hey, I've got a perfect idea. There's a spell that can relieve you of this broken heart, so you never felt it at all." Excuse me. So Sabrina's like, "Hey, cool, I'm totally gonna do that." So she buys. Do witches buy things? I don't know, but she gets these 2 candles that are connected by one wick, right? And so the idea is she writes her name on one candle, and she does the same to the other candle. And when she lights the wick, and the wicks separate, then her heartbreak is gone, and all is well in the world. And I was thinking about this, and I was thinking how bad I felt for her a little bit, because we have heartbreak in our lives, and that great saying that, if we have heartbreak, it's because we truly loved, and honestly, there is no spell to get out of it. There is nothing that we can do. There's no silver bullet. There's no two candles, one wick that we can burn and hope that our heartbreak goes away. The only thing we can do is move through it. So we're gonna move through maybe some discomfort today, and just breathe, knowing that the only way out is through. So while you rest here on your back, just feel your body surrender into the support of the floor, and take a few breaths. Nothing too crazy. You don't have to go super deep. You just want to find a nice, smooth, easy rhythm of inhale and exhale, something that helps you to bring stillness to your body and a little bit of calm to your mind. And just feel yourself with every exhalation settle a little deeper into the floor. And prep yourself, right, while you rest here. You want to begin to bring your mind and your body and your breath together, so you can be here on your mat. You can experience the joy of your practice and perhaps the discomfort that comes along with moving through some difficult transitions, right? So take maybe 2 or 3 more breaths here. And at your next exhale, you're going to start to move your fingers and wiggle your toes. And then slowly draw your knees into your chest. And you're going to rock a little bit side to side. Then I'm going to join you here on my back. And just take a second, maybe roll some circles on your low back. And take your arms out to the sides. And when you exhale, let your knees drop over to the right. And feel that left shoulder slide down toward the floor. And you can take your gaze over to your left. And when you inhale, you're going to bring yourself back up through the middle. And as you exhale, let those knees tip to the left. Take your gaze over to the right. And just breathe here. You can use your left hand to encourage the legs a little more to the floor. It's up to you. I'm going to go at your own pace today, even though we're going to be working pretty hard. Slow when you need to, right? Take rest when you need. Come on up through the middle. And you're gonna draw your knees into your chest and grab the outer edges of your feet. Find a happy baby and rock a little bit here. Let's start to release any tension in your low back. Open up those hips. Okay, so we're gonna do rolling transitions today. So we're gonna practice. So I'm gonna have you draw your left heel in and then your right foot in front. So you're gonna take your right foot like it's in front of your left foot right here. And we're gonna go slow. I'm gonna try to introduce this as slowly as I can. You're gonna just start to get some momentum going. And when you get there, you're just gonna set this right foot on the floor and the left leg's just gonna relax here, okay? And then we're gonna roll back and do the same thing again. Plop your right foot and come on up to sit one more time, just to get the muscle memory going. You're gonna plop and sit, right? And we'll do the same thing to the left. You're gonna roll back, this time take the left ankle in front. You're gonna bring that left foot to the floor, relax your right knee out. And again, roll back and roll back up. One more time, roll back and then roll back up. And we're gonna switch legs again, right? This time you're gonna roll back, right leg on top, and let the right foot hit the floor. And now from here, you're gonna take your right ankle in front of the left. Inhale, lengthen up, and when you exhale, you're just gonna walk yourself forward. And as the hands walk forward, you wanna feel your sitting bones press back. You can let your head hang. Give your head a little shake, a little no, a little yes. We got this today. And if it feels comfortable to you, can start to take your weight a little bit more closer to the floor. Just remember to take your sitting bones back behind you. So you're rooted back as you fold forward. And then inhale, we're gonna roll back up and then come back down and switch. So the left foot's gonna come in front, you come here, and then drop that left knee over to the side. Same stretch here, inhale, lengthen up, and when you exhale, come out and over. And you can hang out on your forearms, send weight back into your sitting bones. If you wanna let your head go for a second, you can always let your head go. And maybe walk a little bit farther forward with the hands. Push the sitting bones back into the floor and breathe. All right, you're gonna walk your hands underneath. Come on up, we're gonna roll back again. I told you we're gonna do a lot of rolling. So you're gonna roll back again. And this time we're gonna roll all the way up and take the feet out in front. So we've got the legs extended to the top of the mat. And you're gonna take your hands behind you. Fingertips can point in toward your sitting bones or out to the side. Either way, it's a little more intense on the wrists and the shoulders if you have them pointing in. Gonna roll the shoulders back, keep some energy pressed through your heels, and lift your chest and just extend upward. As you push into the floor, feel your chest rise. One more breath. And then we're gonna release that, and we're gonna take the backs of your hands to the floor so the fingertips point away from you. I know, we're gonna do it anyway. Spread your fingers super wide and lift into your chest. If this is super intense on your wrist and you can stay like this, if you want a little bit more, you can lean gently back toward your fingernails, right? Roll the shoulders back, lift the chest again, and just get a stretch through the back of your wrist. And then for fun, you're gonna curl your fingers into fists, because I like to do a good wrist stretch. Who doesn't really? And then release your fingers, stretch them out, and then pull them in again, curl into fists. And then release, one more time, you're gonna curl into a fist, and then release that. You're gonna drag your wrists forward so they come right underneath your shoulders when you're sitting upright. And then from here, you're gonna take your chest forward after you choke on your hair. Take your chest forward just a hair and see if you can lift the back of your hands from the floor. You wanna try to keep your hand straight. You don't wanna lift the fingertips like this. Try to keep everything straight. It may mean that you can literally only come up high enough so like a piece of paper could slide underneath those knuckles. It's no big deal. We're just working this here. Keep the lift, keep the breath. Okay, and then you're gonna slide your hands forward, and in slow motion it feels like you can't do it, but you're gonna roll out your wrists. Give your hands a little shake. You can cast a few spells of your own, right? And then you're gonna pull your knees in, and you're gonna go onto your back again. Here we go. This time we're gonna roll up, knees bent, feet flat on the floor. Come here. Take your hands behind you, shift your weight forward. You're gonna come onto the balls of your feet. And see if you can find some balance here. You're gonna take the shoulders over your hips. Maybe you can bring your hands into prayer. If balance isn't working for you today, fingertips can always come down to the floor or to two weighting blocks that you have. You're going to inhale, lengthen up, and when you exhale, take that left elbow to the right knee and see if you can slowly find a twist. A little wibble wobble is okay. We're all going to wibble wobble today. Maybe we fell down. Whatever. It's all good. Inhale, come on up, and then exhale, take the other side. Right elbow to that left knee. Inhale, come back through center. Exhale, release your hands to the floor. Drop your heels, Uttanasana, fold over your legs. And you can keep your feet together or bring them hip distance apart, whatever works for you. Press down through the feet. You're going to send your energy down into the earth and then draw some up the back of your legs. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen out, hands to the floor or to your shins. Exhale and fold. We're going to do two more of those. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen out. Exhale and fold. Last one. Inhale, halfway lengthen. Exhale and fold. Press into your feet. Inhale, rise up. Urdhva Hastasana. Extend through your fingertips and then drag some energy down through center. Samastitihi. You can close your eyes. Feel your shoulder blades relax down. Feel your weight drop down into your feet and breathe. Another breath in. And as you exhale, release your hands. And shake it out. Okay, just some sun salutes to get you warmed up a little bit before we hit the main set. Ready? Top of the mat. Okay, nice strong Tadasana. Roll the shoulders back. Inhale, take your arms, stretch them up. Exhale, dive over the legs. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen out. When you exhale, you're going to fold, step that right leg back. Nice long lunge. Inhale, push back through that right heel. And then exhale, step the left foot back to meet the right. We're going to lower the knees on this first one. Elbows in, chest and chin come down, and then launch off those toes. Baby cobra. Curl back through the shoulders. Inhale. And then exhale, release your forehead. Tuck your toes. You're going to press up through table. And then downward facing dog. Okay, inhale, take your right leg, lift it up, stretch it back. Exhale, step it forward. Big old step to the top of the mat. If you can't get it all the way up, grab hold with that right hand. Help it. Gonna drop the back knee. Inhale, take the arms, stretch them up. Sink the hips, Anjaneyasana. Exhale, hands to the floor. Gonna step that left foot up to meet the right and fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale and fold. Press the floor away. Rise, Urdhva Hastasana. Inhale. Samastitihi, drag your hands down through center. Pause here. We're going to do it on the left side. Inhale, take your arms, reach them up. Exhale and fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale and fold. This time the left leg's going to go back. Nice long lunge. Stretch your chest forward. Inhale. Exhale, step that right foot back in a plank. Lower the knees, chest and chin, baby cobra. Inhale, curl it up. Exhale, drop your forehead, downward facing dog, moving through table if you want. Inhale, float that left leg up, and exhale, step it up between the thumbs. Drop the back knee, sweep the arms forward and up, Anjaneyasana, pull your low belly and sink the hips. Inhale, get long. Exhale, hands to the floor, step it up, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale and fold, press into your feet. Inhale. Come on, Urdhva Hastasana, and hands down through the center, Samastitihi. We're going to do it again. Inhale, take the arms, stretch up. Exhale and fold. Halfway lift on your inhale. Right leg back as you exhale. Nice long inhalation. And then step it back through plank and lower down. Knees, chest, chin. Chaturanga if you want it. Baby cobra or upward facing dog. And then pull those hips back. Downward facing dog. Inhale, float that right leg up. Exhale, step it forward. Drop the back knee. Inhale, reach the arms. Anjaneyasana. Hands to the floor as you exhale. Step the left foot up to meet the right. Halfway lift. Lengthen out. And fold. Urdhva Hastasana. Root into those feet. Rise up. Hands down to the center. Here we go. Last time. Inhale, reach the arms. Exhale and fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift, and step it to the back. The left foot's gonna go back, get super long here, inhale, and when you exhale, step the right foot back and lower. Knees, chest, chin, Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Baby cobra if you want it. And then downward facing dog. Take it back. Okay, left leg lifts, inhale. And then exhale, step it up. Here we go. Drop the back knee. Inhale, sweep the arms, sink the hips. Exhale, take your hands to the floor. Step it up, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale and fold. Press into your feet. Come all the way up. Ardha Hastasana. Reach, reach, reach. And then grab your hands and bring them down through center. Take a moment here. Close your eyes. Feel the breath move through. Notice your heartbeat. Already working. Already sweating. Nice easy breath in. And then release your hands. Okay, here we go. You ready? Inhale. Take the arms, stretch them up. Exhale. Gonna lower down. Okay, full breath here. Exhale, sink a little deeper. I know, baby chair, right? Take those toes. You're gonna open them up. Maybe give yourself a little bit more space through the feet. And lift through the chest. Sink through the hips. One more breath here. Then we're going to lower all the way down to the floor. Use your hands if you want. We're going to come into boat pose, Navasana, with the knees bent. Grab the backs of your knees for a second so you can lift into your chest. Give yourself a moment to kind of acclimate, balancing on your sitting bones here. Okay, and then from here, you're going to stretch those arms out straight. Inhale, lower. And exhale, pull it in. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. And squeeze it in as you exhale. Belly strong, lower it up. Squeeze on the exhale. And stretch. And squeeze. Keep going. And squeeze. I know. Keep going. And squeeze. 3 more. 2. Last one. And squeeze. Okay, ready? Gonna roll onto your back. We're gonna work our first roll up to stand, okay? Right foot in front of the left. Gonna take this one slow. Gonna roll yourself back. Gonna come all the way up. Plant this right foot on the floor. Now we've got the left shin here. We're gonna push down through the left leg. Take your weight forward. Press into the right foot and drag your left knee up into your chest. Gonna rewind. Take that left shin down to the floor. Roll onto your back. Same thing again. Right foot forward. Stomp into the floor, come all the way up, and drag the left knee in. And again, we're gonna rewind. Left shin down, roll back. Last time on this right side. Right foot to the floor, root into both sides. Come all the way up. Gonna come back down and switch. Left foot in front, right shin to the floor this time. Bring it up and drag the knee in. Take the shin down to the floor and roll back. Left foot forward with 3 on each side. Root down, lift up, swing behind, roll it back, left foot forward, lift it up, and come back down. And take a second, rest on your back. Okay, that's how we're gonna get in and out of our vinyasas today. No down dog splits, no stepping forward. Maybe. I think that's no. I think that's a no. And we're gonna work from here. Okay? All right, so now nice and easy, we're gonna start to roll forward and back. Okay, come all the way up, both feet on the floor. Shift your weight. Use your hands if you need to. Uttanasana. Top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale and fold. Utkatasana, chair pose. Sink the hips, lift your chest. Take your arms, stretch it straight out in front. Sink your weight a little bit deeper. Keep the chest lifted a little bit deeper. A little bit deeper, all the way back down. Here we go, you ready? Gonna roll back, right foot in front. Plant that right foot, hands to the floor, standing split. Kick the left leg back behind you. And breathe. So standing split is a tough one, right? So you wanna root through this right foot, extend back through the left. Soften through the shoulders. The more you push into this right foot, the more the left wants to lift. My hamstrings don't like this one so much, so this is as good as it gets for me. So take a breath in. When you exhale, you're gonna bend the front knee, step this left foot back, so we're almost like in a warrior 1 stance. Pull your hips back, slide your hands underneath Parsvottanasana. Take a breath here. Keep scissoring through the inner thighs. Keep thinking about squaring these hips as best you can. And then the left hand's gonna stay on the floor, or a block under your hand. Take your right hand to your low back. Inhale, lengthen. And when you exhale, we're gonna roll the right shoulder open. Try to keep the hips moving to square. It's a battle here. Keep the spine long. Maybe this right arm wants to reach up. My body doesn't like that, so I'm gonna stand my hand on my low back and just work the twist. Inhale. And then exhale, we're gonna release the twist. Bend your right knee, slide the left hand forward, bring in the block if you've got it. Gonna shift forward into a little revolved half moon. Inhale, lengthen your spine, and when you exhale, I'm gonna twist, 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 twist. Keep that back leg lifting, keep that left thigh from sinking, and breathe. You can, again, free the top arm if you want. And actually now we're gonna bend that left knee, grab a hold of the top of the foot with the right hand. Take your gaze forward, bend your right knee. You're gonna take some weight back into your right heel, kick into your left foot. And we're gonna slowly come up into a revolved, maybe, Nadarajasana. Kick back, extend that left hand forward. You can tiptoe and dance as you go. And then we're gonna drag this left knee all the way into your chest, right? Kick it forward. And then slow as you go, we're gonna bend the right knee, bend the right knee, bend the right knee, and come all the way down. Here we go. A little twist for you, right? You can always use your hands on the upswing and on the downswing, right? Whenever you need to use your hands to get down to the floor, it's totally fine. You're gonna wrap the left arm around, take your right hand behind you. Inhale, lengthen up. Whew, and when you exhale, twist. A little respite here. A little one, so I can catch my breath. So you can too. One more breath. And you're gonna come back through the middle, hands over this right knee. You're gonna roll all the way under your back. Take the left leg, stretch it up for a second, and you're gonna take the left leg and float it above the floor. Stretch the right leg up. If your low back is super tender with this kind of work, you can take your left foot to the floor. It's totally fine. You can even bend your knee and place your foot down. I'm gonna float because I'm feeling saucy today. You're gonna take your hands behind your head and then take your left hand and reach it to the outside of your right knee here, right? And then inhale, we're gonna lower. The right leg moves, nothing else. Exhale, lift the right leg up. Right leg's gonna lower, inhale. And then exhale, squeeze. And again, inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. I lost count. And exhale, one more, I think makes 5. Inhale. And exhale, I'm gonna draw the knee in. Let that left foot hit the floor for a second. And then from here, left knee is gonna draw in. Gonna roll forward, cross the ankles, plant your hands, downward facing dog. Take a moment here. Pedal it out, spread your fingers, move how you need to move. All right, inhale, come forward into plank. Knees, chest, chin, chaturanga, baby cobra, or upward facing dog. And then downward facing dog. Pull it back. Take your gaze forward, and we're gonna walk or hop the feet to the hands. Bend your knees, sit back, because we're gonna roll onto our back. Left leg's gonna go forward, right? So left foot in front of the right. Gonna roll ourselves back up. Ready? Shift your weight forward, fingertips to the mat, standing split on this other side. Here you go. Gonna push evenly through both heels. Try to keep everything square. This outer left hip wants to kind of wrap forward toward your ear, but keep pressing it back. And breathe. If you want to work on balance here, you can work balance. Whatever works for you. Take a moment to do what you want to do in your practice. And then we're going to bend a standing leg. Step the right foot back, like a warrior one. So you want that right heel to really root into the floor. Walk the hands back. Parsvottanasana. And then scissor the inner thighs. And as this left hip pulls back, and the right one draws forward, you want to really feel the outer edge of your right foot anchored into the floor. And try to relax for a second here. You know what's coming, right? There's no spell to get you out of this. I suppose the pause button will get you out of it. But let's just work through it, right? Right hand's gonna stay on the floor of the block. Take your left hand to your low back. Inhale, lengthen. And when you exhale, we're gonna revolve to the left. And do your best to feel that right rib cage wrap underneath. All right, here we go. We're gonna release the twist. Keep your left hand where it is on your low back. You can keep it stretching up. We're gonna take your right hand forward for a little revolved Ardha Chandrasana. Shift your weight, lift that right leg up. And again, you wanna feel that outer left hip pull back away from you and stretch your chest forward as you push into this right heel. Inhale, lengthen, and when you exhale, we're gonna twist over to the left, right? Or you're gonna fall down. That's okay too. And now we're gonna bend this right knee in toward your right cheek there and grab the top of your foot. Bend your left foot, or your left knee. Take your weight back as far as you can. You're gonna kick some energy into your right foot and see if we can slowly come on up to stand. Here we go. A little revolved Nadarajasana. Doesn't have to be pretty. Life rarely is, right? Gonna slowly come on up, draw this right knee in, kick it out in front, and we're gonna take a seat. All the way down. And keep your right leg extending out in front of you. And the left foot's gonna come in line with your left sitting bone. Try to keep yourself rooted as you can. You're gonna wrap the right arm around, take your left hand behind. Keep some energy stretching through your right heel. We're gonna inhale, lengthen up. And when you exhale, bring it out. Take a breath. Grab a drink if you want it. Mine's too far away. And breathe. Nice and easy. One more breath. I'm gonna come back through the middle. Keep your hands on your left knee. You're gonna roll all the way back. Take the right leg, stretch it up for a moment. All right, now you have the choice to keep this right leg straight. You can float it above the floor. You can let it rest. You can take your foot on the floor. It's entirely up to you. And then we're gonna take that left leg, stretch it up straight. Hands behind your head. Right arm's gonna reach to the outside edge of your left leg. And we're just gonna move this left leg. It's tempting to go blah, but try not to. Keep this left leg working, right? Gonna inhale, lower, and exhale, lift. Inhale, lower, exhale, lift. Inhale, lower, and lift. Two more, and lower, and lift. Last one, and lower, and lift. We're gonna bend this knee in, bend the right one in to meet it. You can cross your ankles. I'm gonna roll all the way up, come over the knees, plant your hands, downward facing dog. Go for it. And as you rest here in your down dog, if you feel like you need a little bit more rest, you can always take your knees to the mat, take a break in child's pose, whatever's gonna give you a little bit of recharge for the next vinyasa. It's a big chunky one, but once we get through it, we get to rest. So bonus, right? Press into the hands. Feel yourself rooted here. And surrender to what is. There aren't always magical spells to get us through the tough stuff. We have to dig in and move through. Take your gaze forward. You can walk or hop your feet up to the hands. You're gonna bend your knees, lower down. Here we go, roll onto your back. Right foot on top of the left. We're gonna roll up again, ready? Find that little bit of action here. We're gonna roll all the way up. From here, I'm gonna take this left foot, step it to the back of the mat. Inhale, come on up, Crescent Lunge. We got this. Hands come into prayer. Inhale, and when you exhale, we're gonna take that left elbow to the right knee. You got it, sit to the inner thighs, press back through that left heel, try to roll the right shoulder open. You can take your gaze up, you can take it straight forward or down to the floor, whatever feels better for you. And breathe. Whoop. Okay, now you're gonna take your gaze down to your right foot and step the left foot up to meet it. Try to keep your elbow and your knee in contact, and we're gonna sink into a little bit of revolved chair here. You can keep your gaze on the floor if your neck's getting kind of testy. Totally fine. You ready for this? Gonna take your gaze down to the floor. Shift your weight into your left foot. You're gonna keep your elbow and your knee connected. Come onto the ball of your right foot. Okay, here we go. We're gonna come up to stand. elbow to knee, elbow to knee, elbow to knee. See if we can possibly extend this right leg. And then inhale, come all the way up. Arms stretch up to the sky. You guessed it, pistol squat. Come all the way down to the floor. All right, now you're gonna let this left knee drop out to the side and grab a hold of the right leg for a little Kranchasana, a little crane pose. So if you have the flexibility in your hamstrings, if you feel open enough to do so, you can grab the foot. If you're really tender through here, don't push it. You can grab the leg, it's all good, wherever it works. I'm gonna plug the arm bones in, feel the low belly lift, feel the chest lift and extend through your heel. Another breath here. And then as you exhale, we're gonna slowly lower this right leg down. Okay, we're gonna step on the left foot. Right hand's gonna come to the floor, okay? Shift your weight forward into this left foot and into this right hand, and we're gonna swing the right leg back. We're here, all right? And inhale, lengthen, and when you exhale, we're gonna twist, 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 twist to the left. Try to get that right rib cage to roll underneath. Feel the left one roll back behind you. Sorry, my back's to you. I'm gonna figure this out as we go, right? And you're gonna pop up onto your fingertips. Now hop this back foot in, right? So now we've got some energy in the legs, and I can kind of bounce here. Super fun, right? Stretch to these left fingertips. We're gonna come all the way up to stand, so we're in this nice twisty high lunge. And feel where the right fingertips pull forward and the left ones drag back. Bring your hands into prayer. Keep the twist. Don't dip down. You want to dip down. I know you do, but don't yet. Try to find a little more twist while you're upright. Inhale. And then exhale. Take this right elbow to the left knee. Fight the dip of this right hip, right? Try to keep it lifted. Okay. Gaze to the floor. You're going to hop this right foot up to meet your left. A little revolved Utkatasana here. All right, so if you want to, you can take your hands to the floor and work into a side curl. I'm gonna go for it, right? So I'm gonna clap onto the balls of my feet, take my knees to that right elbow. You can always take your hips onto your left elbow, it's totally legal. Gonna shift your weight forward and see if you can scooch those feet back. Lift them up, set them down, back into our revolved chair. Keep drawing that right hip back. Keep a smile on your face. You're gonna take your right hand down to the outside edge of your left foot. So you're gonna peel the left foot up off the floor and then shift down to your right foot. We're gonna stand on this right leg slowly. Come all the way up, all the way up. When you feel ready, you're gonna stretch that left leg out. Take the left hand behind. You got it. I'm gonna free the foot, stretch the right hand forward, and then windmill everything down. The left leg kicks back. The left hand reaches forward. Ah, yes. Just what you wanted, a little revolved half moon. You've got it. Inhale. And when you exhale, you're going to step this left foot to the back of the mat. Drop the back knee. Inhale, take the arms. Reach them up. Sink the hips. Full breath in. And then take your hands to the floor to either side of your front foot. You're going to lift the back knee. And hop this left foot in so your feet are like, I don't know, like 18 inches apart, I guess, right? And then we're gonna find the balls of your feet. Now the balls of your feet are gonna stay rooted, but we're gonna pivot. So start to walk your hands over to the right. And as you go, you're gonna pivot, pivot, pivot your feet until your head, your hands, and your toes are pointing to the long edge of your mat. Then we're gonna drop the heels, bend your knees, come to a seat, Gomukhasana. Whew, I'm sweating. I hope you are too. Inhale, lengthen up. And when you exhale, oh, sweet heaven, you can start to fold yourself over. And try to get both sitting bones to root into the floor. This side especially doesn't want to go, but we're gonna work it. One more breath here. And then it's time for the yoga party trick of the year, all right? All right, so now you're gonna walk your hands back underneath you for a second. We're gonna do another pivot, but we're gonna pivot a little bit more, right? So you're gonna take your weight forward, tuck your toes under, and lift your knees, all right? And now you're gonna walk your hands to the left. I was gonna take you in the wrong direction. You're gonna walk back toward your right foot. Walk back toward your right foot, pivot. It's really the only way you can go. So there's no other option here. Pivot, Pivot all the way around, 360 degrees until your other thigh's on top. We're gonna bend the knees, take a seat, Gomukhasana on your second side. Inhale, take your spine, lengthen it up, and exhale, fold out and over. And now you can encourage this side to start to relax a little bit. It's okay. Almost done with this side. Surrender to your breath. All right, and you're gonna walk your hands underneath. Okay, and now you're gonna look toward this left foot here. Pivot around, left foot's gonna step onto the floor, right foot comes back. So now we're facing the opposite end of the mat. Inhale, take your arms, stretch them up, crescent lunge, and when you exhale, we're gonna open into warrior two. You got this, right? Press down through the feet. This is familiar territory, so you can kind of start to settle in a little bit without getting complacent. Arms pull in, extend energy through your fingertips. All right, now we're gonna reverse our warrior, right? So flip this left palm, stretch it up, reach it back. And then while you're here with your torso extending back, gonna straighten your left leg. Take your left toes, you're gonna point them in toward the long edge of your mat, and then take your right toes and point them back toward the front of your mat. Gonna bend your right knee, take your right forearm to the top of your thigh, a little side angle here. Nice, easy, smooth breath. And then windmill both hands to the floor, step it back, downward facing dog. So now here, if you want a little vinyasa, you can go for vinyasa. You can hang out here in your down dog. You can drop your knees, take a few breaths, take a drink. Find some way to soften here. To return to your breath. And to enjoy it. One more side. Let's do this. Take your gaze forward. You can walk or hop to those hands, and then we're gonna bend the knees and slowly roll back. Oh, and we're here again. Now this time the left foot's gonna come in front of the right, and we're gonna roll up. Ready? Get that momentum going. And then come all the way up. Left foot plants, right foot's gonna kick to the back of the mat. Inhale, take the arms, stretch them up, crescent lunge. Pull the low belly in, sink down, inhale, hands down through prayer as you exhale. Okay, here we go. Lengthen up, and then exhale, take your twist. Yes. Keep wrapping this right rib cage underneath you. Push back through the right heel. Give yourself some energy to the back of the mat too. And then you're gonna take your gaze down to this left foot. Keep the elbow and the knee connected. We're gonna step forward, a little revolved Utkatasana. And this right knee, this right hip wanna go super wonky here, but try to pull everything in line. Keep that right outer hip pulling back. Keep the right knee in line with the left. And now you're gonna shift your weight onto your right foot. Come onto the ball of the left. Elbow and knee stay connected as best you can. All I can say here is to move slowly. The slower you move, the easier it is to keep your balance. Find a gaze point, wherever it works for you. And we're gonna elbow to knee. Come all the way up to stand. Kick this left leg out. And then take the arms, reach them up. Last time. Wow, we're gonna pistol squat all the way down to the floor. Do, 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 do. Let this right knee bunk out to the side. Grab a hold of the foot, the back of the calf, whatever works for you. Come into your little crane pose here. And our tendency is to want to go, right? But plug your arm bones in, lift your chest. I had a teacher who used to call that Shlumpasana. She probably does still. We don't want to work Shlumpasana. We want to keep energy lifting into your chest. Tell your body that you're excited about being here. And then maybe you'll be excited about being here. One more breath in. And as you exhale, we're going to drop this left leg to the floor. Stand on the right foot. Left hand's going to come to the floor. Going to shift your weight forward and shoot this left leg back. All right? And take the right arm, stretch it up, and breathe. Try to keep this outer right hip dropping down, pulling back, so this left hip has room to lift and not sink, right? Okay, and then we're gonna pop up onto these left fingertips, pop up onto the peace fingers, and get bouncy. We got some bounce here. Yes, and you're gonna reach through your right hand and come all the way up. All right, we're here. Gonna keep working the core. Feel the twist in the torso to reach back through this back hand and forward into the left. What is she saying? I don't know. Bring your hands into prayer. And you want to dip. I know because I want to too, but stay upright as you twist here. Inhale. And now when you exhale, you can take this left elbow to the right knee and wring it out a little bit deeper. Take your gaze down to your right foot. Gonna step your left foot up to meet it. Another revolved chair. Everyone's favorite place to be. All right, you can stay in this revolved Utkatasana, or you can drop your hands to the floor, come out with the balls of your feet, dig in with that left elbow, plant your hands shoulder distance, hug the elbows in. You can take your hip here and move into your Parsvabhakasana here, or you can side curl slowly, shifting, 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 walk the feet back, sweep them up. And then slowly tuck them back down. Here we go. Come into your revolved chair. And then take your gaze down. Gonna come onto the ball of your right foot. The left hand's gonna grab a hold of the outside edge of this right foot. Shift your weight over to the left foot. Okay, take your gaze forward and we're gonna slowly, again, slowly. That's the key. You move too quickly, it almost becomes like reckless. It seems like it'll be easier that way. And maybe muscularly it's easier, but you want to go slow so your muscles have to work to stabilize. And then take that right leg, stretch it forward. And the right hand, stretch it back. And then we're going to free the foot. And then windmill. So the right arm's going to swim forward, right leg kicks back, right fingertips to the floor, a little revolved half moon. Inhale. And when you exhale, step the right foot to the back of the mat. Drop your back knee, sweep the arms up. Thank goodness we're fully on the floor here. Sink the hips. Inhale, celebrate that you're finished that successfully. All right, then take your hands to the floor. You're gonna lift this back knee, hop it in. And we're gonna do that crazy Gomukhasana pivot, right? So come onto the balls of your feet. And then we're this time gonna pivot ourselves to the left. Gonna pivot, pivot, pivot. So the toenails go as butt shot, right? And then from here, we're gonna take a seat. A little Gomukhasana. How are you doing back there? Doing good still? All right, inhale, lengthen up. And when you exhale, you can take yourself out and over. And here's the perfect time if you'd like to take a drink. Why not? It's there. I might as well use it. If you've got one, you might as well use it too. Soften those outer hips. All right, then walk your hands back underneath. Yoga party trick round 2, right? Okay, so you're gonna shift your weight forward, come onto the balls of your feet. Here we go, this time you're gonna walk toward your left foot. Keep walking, pivot, 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 360. So you're gonna face the same long end of your mat, but now the other leg is on top, should be the right leg now. And you get another back shot. Sweet, right? Inhale, lengthen up. And then exhale, come out and over. Let your shoulders relax. Any tension that's gathered in your belly. I'm a clencher through my jaw, so maybe you've gotten tight in the jaw so you can relax there. Remind these outer hips that it's okay to relax while they're stretching. Sometimes they're like, no, don't make me do it, and they kind of really tighten up, but you want to try to remember to allow them to relax here. They're not going to die. No one's going to die here. It's all good. And then walk your hands back underneath you. I'm going to pivot again now toward this right foot. So we're going to be facing the long end of the mat. Step on the right foot. Shoot this left leg back. Inhale, come on up, Crescent Lunge. And when you exhale, we're going to open into Warrior 2. Flip this front palm. Reach it back, reverse your warrior. And as you reverse your warrior, you're going to straighten this right leg. You got it. And now these right toes are gonna pivot toward the long edge of your mat like they're coming into warrior two. Left toes are gonna open up. And from here, we're gonna come down into a little side angle. You can always take this hand down to the floor, inside, outside. You can keep it up here. We've worked pretty hard, so I'm gonna keep it right here. Root down through the outer edge of this back foot. Fire it up through the inner right thigh. Make it work. Inhale. And when you exhale, windmill your hands down to the floor. Step it back. Downward facing dog. If you want one more bonus vinyasa, you can come on forward and lower down. Come on up. And pull it back. Take another breath. Maybe two. Press into the four corners of your palms. Really connect with the floor, through the hands, through the feet. Shake out your head. And take your gaze forward. And you can walk, walk or hop. Come all the way through. You're gonna take a seat, come to rest on your back, and take a moment here. Rock a little bit side to side. Make some circles if you want. Okay, you're gonna keep the right knee and stretch the left leg out along the floor. This time you can let it relax. We're done working, so you do want to keep some energy pushing through the sole of your foot. So keep that foot active. Take your knee into your left hand, take your right arm out to the side. And on your exhale, take it over for a nice twist here. You want to feel where your tailbone can reach through your heels. Your heel's going to reach to the top of your mat. One more breath. And then slowly come on up through the middle. You're going to take that knee into your right hand and just give it a second to do some circles. And then in the other direction. Okay, and then draw the left knee in. Stretch that right leg out. And keep the right foot active a bit, but let the leg relax on the floor. Then take your knee into your right hand, take your left arm out to the side. Nice full breath in. And as you exhale, you're going to start to lower down to the right side with that left knee. You can take your gaze over to the left. Keep some energy pushing through that right foot. And when you inhale, you're going to come back up through the middle. Excuse me. And just start to do some circles in that hip. And in the other. All right, then draw your right knee in. Take them wide toward your armpits. And as you do, press your low back down into the floor. You're going to keep your knees wide. Slide your hands down so your thumb is on this inside ankle bump here. I know it has an actual technical name, but I've forgotten it. So you're gonna wrap your fingers around your ankle, let your heels drop toward your butt, and then let your feet drop down. So you're just gonna let your legs drop. So if I were to let go of my legs, they were just gonna go like that, right? So you want the hands to be doing the work and nothing else. So just let the weight of your legs kind of surrender into your feet. This is great to release any kind of grouped up tension in your low back. It helps me to relax a little bit more before I hit my Shavasana. So take another breath here. And then you're going to gently pull your knees into your chest. Take a second here. If there's anything else you feel like you need to do, you can always pause the video and do what else you need to do to get yourself comfortable and ready. If you want to put some layers back on to warm back up, that's cool. From here, you're just going to stretch those legs out. Let them relax out to the side. Let your arms come out to the sides. Settle yourself. Relax into the floor. And we're going to stay here for a few moments. So let all the work of the last 55, 60 minutes just release from your body. Feel where your muscles start to soften away from your bones and feel where the bones grow heavy, and they settle into the support of the floor. And feel your breath. And stay with that smooth, rocking rhythm. And let that rhythm take you deeper into the stillness of your Shavasana. And if you'd like, you can stay here a little bit longer. Rest a little bit longer. If you're ready to come back, you're going to let your breath deepen. And feel the energy of your breath come back to the surface of your body as you move your fingers and wiggle your toes. And then gently draw your knees in one at a time and come to rest on your right side. And just hang here for a second. Come back to your breath. See if you can stay connected with that stillness, that quiet you've cultivated in your Shavasana. And when you feel ready to, you can press into the strength of your arms and come on up. And find your way into a comfortable seat. And when you get there, you can let your eyes slide closed. Take a moment again to reconnect with your breath. To feel your sitting bones underneath you and to feel the crown of your head rise up. Bring your palms together into Anjali Mudra and bow your head. And there's a wonderful quote from Marianne Williamson, and she said, "The moment of surrender is not when life is over, it's when it begins." So know that when life gets hard, even though there isn't a magic spell that we can cast and have it all be over, we can't release our grief, we can't get rid of our pain and our sorrow, but that the moment we surrender it to it, it's the moment we start to learn, we start to really live. So bow to your courage, bow to your strength to face those moments and to know that you are resilient enough to move through them. Thanks for practicing with me today. I hope you had fun and I hope to see you again soon. Namaste.